is Johnny from my fight camp, and I'm going to show you guys what to pack, or actually unpacked, for 3 to 6 months of Muay Thai training in Thailand. Check it out. What I got is, I got one standard backpack I'm going to carry on, and I got a huge backpack that I'm going to use for my actual luggage. The reason why I like these backpacks instead of the rolling is there's a lot of places in Thailand that it's a lot easier to get around with a backpack to walk around than it is rolling. In the US or in Western countries, you know, it's usually just point to point and you can roll it everywhere. But trust me when I say this, especially if you're going to go to an island somewhere like Phuket or Koh Tao, Koh Phangan, but even places like Chiang Mai, it's a lot easier to be able to just put your luggage on your back, walk through, you know, hundreds of people, and get places. Plus, also when you have a backpack, you know, people know that you're traveling on a budget. Usually people with those rolling suitcases, they're usually here just for a few weeks, have all the money, and they do a little bit more. They get ripped off more by taxi drivers, things like that. So let me show you guys what I have packed. I'm going to be in Chiang Mai training. This time I'm going to KC Muay Thai. I've been here a few times in Thailand. I did 3 months at Phuket Top Team. I've done 3 months at Tiger Muay Thai, and I've done 3 months at Koh Lanta. And I realized after all those times, there's some things that's easier to buy here, and some things that you're not going to want to forget. So check it out. Alright guys, let me start with food and supplements. What to bring. The reason why you want to bring your own supplements to Thailand is they're super expensive here. First thing, we got our whey protein. This is 5 pounds. I really like the Optimum Nutrition brand. Protein here is ridiculously expensive. I mean, it's probably $100 or more for this here. Well, I bought this for probably about half of that in the US. Fish oil. Another thing that, you know, that's good for you that you can't really get here. I brought vitamin C, mainly just because, you know, it's good for you, but also you get sick when you're traveling a lot, you're flying a lot. And I had 4 crazy flights to get here, and I just didn't want to get sick, so I figured bring some vitamin C. Plus, you know, they taste good. They're kind of like candy to me, so I'm like a snack. I bring my own multivitamins as well. You can get the Optimen, or you can buy the Costco stuff as well. It's cheap. 5-HTP. I use this to get rid of jet lag. So basically what I do to get rid of jet lag is at night before I go to sleep, take 1 or 2 of these 5-HTPs, which help you sleep. And in the morning, I take some caffeine or just some coffee. And that way I actually never get jet lag. Like today, woke up 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm fine, getting sleepy, it's night, and it's gonna be great. Also, another trick is set all of your clocks, especially your laptop one, because that you always forget that one. Your watches, every one of your clocks, set it to Thailand time before you leave. That way, and just don't think about what time it is back home, because the quicker you can mentally adjust to it, the faster you can get rid of the jet lag. I really like these blender bottles. The small one's enough. I mean, I actually have a big one as well. But just to save space, the small one's fine, because you're never going to drink that much water with your protein. So this is good. Another thing that I highly recommend is a huge bottle of ibuprofen. This is 500 tabs in it. When you're training a lot, your body's going to be wrecked. And you can buy ibuprofen here. It's just a lot more expensive than buying it at Costco. I mean, this is basically $8 or $500 at Costco. While here, you have to go to the pharmacy, and it's going to be $3 for 10 pills. So, get some ibuprofen. Food-wise, what I bring is, I bring a big bag of almonds. This is 3 pounds of almonds. It's pretty expensive to buy nuts here. You can buy peanuts, but they're not that good for you. I just figured these are kind of some nice snacks, you know, when you're hungry. I bring chia seeds as well. If you Google chia seeds, there's tons of benefits to it. What I like about it is it's something I can drink in the morning before working out, before going for a run, instead of eating a breakfast. I would recommend getting it in an actual labeled package, because you're not technically supposed to bring raw seeds into the country. So it looks a little bit shady like this. So try to get it in an actual package. Something like this. So this is actually Brazil nuts. These are raw Brazil nuts. But if it's packaged like this, nobody cares. I brought some goji berries as well, just for health benefits. It's antioxidant, nothing too crazy. And then some more obscure things. This is MCT oil. The label fell off, but basically MCT oil is like a super concentrated coconut oil. Coconut oil you can actually buy here in Thailand for pretty cheap. Ironically, it comes from here or from the Philippines, but it's not any cheaper. So you can bring it if you want. You don't have to. I also brought some grass-fed ghee. So it's basically grass-fed clarified butter. The only reason I brought it is because I'm doing the bulletproof diet, which is kind of like a weird paleo diet, bulletproof coffee. You can Google it. You don't really need it. I mean, this is glass, and actually probably took up a little bit more space than I probably wanted. So that's completely optional. But one thing I did bring that I'm not going to regret is all this chocolate. I brought a couple pounds of chocolate, dark chocolate, because it's weird when I never even liked chocolate that much until I came to Thailand, and you start craving it because you can't get it here. Like all the chocolate here tastes like crap because they have to put an anti-melting agent in it, so it doesn't get, because it's so hot here that it just doesn't taste good. So that's the one thing that I always crave and I always miss. So bring tons of dark chocolate. So for food-wise, that's about it. So I brought some organic green tea. You can buy tea here for super cheap. I just happen to want some organic stuff. And that's about it. Other kind of random things. I brought a shaver. This is a battery-powered one. Your normal plug-in-the-wall razor is not going to work because it's a different voltage. All your electronics, take a look at the battery pack. If it says 110 to 240 volts, you can use it here. If it doesn't say that, if it just says 110 or 120 volt, you can't use it here because the voltage here is some weird number that's in the 200s. The other thing I highly recommend to bring is Neosporin. I have like 3 of these because you get a lot of random cuts in the tropics. You're doing Muay Thai, you're walking around barefoot all the time, or mosquitoes bites, you scratch it, and it's super easy to get infections here because it's the tropics, it's always humid. And even though you can go to the pharmacy and buy antibiotic cream, it doesn't help you heal. Neosporin has a patented technology in it that it actually helps your cuts heal within 2 or 3 days. And nothing in the pharmacy here works as well. So do yourself a favor, bring a couple tubes of Neosporin. Alright, so up next I'm going to show you guys the technology you guys should bring and a couple tips and tricks that you're not going to want to forget. Alright, so guys, random bits and bobs in technology. These Nalgene bottles are really, really useful. You're going to be drinking a lot of bottled water here in Thailand because you can't drink the tap. And usually there's these huge jugs and you can just refill it. So I usually just bring 2 of these, it's great. Bring some deodorant. You can go through a lot of this. They have deodorant in Thailand, but all of it has antiperspirant in it, which is really bad for you. So try to get just actual deodorant. This is the best underwear in the world. Tim Ferriss recommended this to me. Called Ex Officio. Basically, it dries super quick, and it's antimicrobial, so like it never smells. It never keeps any bacteria, and you can just basically, the slogan is 17 countries, 6 weeks, 1 pair of underwear. Okay, maybe 2. You can literally get away with 2 or 3 pairs of this because you can just, you can kind of just hang it up to dry, and it won't smell and it won't be damp anymore. Or you can wash it in the sink and just dry it. It just saves a lot of space with all your underwear. If you want to be super clean, you can get like 5 or 7 pairs and you'll be set. These hats I really like. These are the Nike Dry Fits. It gets super sunny here, so you want a hat, and these don't get hot, and they pack really small. Amazon Kindle. This thing is a freaking lifesaver because it's really hard to find books out here, and you have a lot of downtime, so you'll be reading a lot. If you're in any of the beach cities like Phuket or Koh Samui or something, you're gonna be laying in a hammock and you want to read, but it's super hard to get books. For less than $100, you can get a Kindle, and they work great. I don't recommend reading books on like an iPad or something because the glare and the brightness, it just is very uncomfortable. But this is, I mean, this is called e-ink technology, where they basically make everything look just like paper. So you can read under the sun, you can put your sunglasses on. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. I keep a Ziploc bag with all the chargers, external hard drive. Pack this thing with movies. I mean, torrent the crap out of movies and TV shows, especially TV shows, because between training, you're not going to want to do shit. You're just going to want to lay in your room and put on a movie every single day. It depends on where you live. Some places have fast enough internet where you can download. Some places don't let you download torrents. Some places are just slow as crap in Thailand. So come prepared with all your movies. You can trade movies with people. Also bring a little USB stick as well. I'm sure I have one in here. And yeah, if you want, you're going to be doing a lot of running. So if you want to, you can. This is kind of optional. These Garmin GPS watches are pretty cheap. Nike makes them for about $100. And it just tracks, your speed and how far you're running, and it's kind of cool because it pulls up on Google Maps, and you can show your friends back home on Facebook, you're running through these Thai areas, because there's no actual running trails here. You're kind of just running on the blocks. So you have no idea how far it is. If you ask Thai people, they just make up a number. They're like, oh, it's about 7 kilometers. But I don't think the way that they actually figure it out is they drive around with their scooters, their motorbikes, and look at the amount. It's not always accurate. Other things that are nice, bring a nice knife. Just like, you never know when you need a good knife. I mean, there's not really a big need for self-defense out here, but you might as well have it. And a good quality American knife. This is $10, big 5. But you're just not gonna get that here. You can get some, cheap thing. It's also good for cutting fruit and crap like that. Just take a little flashlight, get a good LED flashlight from home. These things are awesome. This is called a X Mini. You can Google it. It's basically a really, really high-powered speaker, so you can listen to music in your room, wherever you are, without carrying a big thing. And it's USB rechargeable. I highly, highly recommend these. And if anything, actually buy 2 of them, because you can daisy chain them. And that way you can have, really, really good quality music out of something this small. This is a kitchen timer. Why the fuck do I have this? It's great for doing circuit training workouts. And also doing like sparring. You can click 3 minutes or 5 minutes and actually have it beep at the end of it. What I hate about a lot of places, especially in Phuket, is those guys that are keeping track of time. Half the time they don't even turn it on, because the Thai guys, they just they get lazy or they just don't care. So the times are really inconsistent. Sometimes you have 2-minute rounds, sometimes you have a 7-minute round, sometimes you have a 10-minute round, and you have no idea what if you're improving or not because of that. So bring yourself a kitchen timer. It's awesome. I brought my laptop. The reason why you want to bring a laptop is mainly so you can watch movies. I mean, you can also bring your iPhone or an iPad. The Google Nest 7 is $200. The Kindle Fire is $200. It's great for keeping you entertained on long bus rides and on the plane. But to watch movies, just laptop's great for that. Now here is something that you're gonna wish that you brought and you would regret if you don't. PS2 or PS3 Slim or an Xbox 360. Now, if you're here for less than a month, you probably don't need to bring it. But if you're staying for 2 or 3 months, you're gonna be bored as crap, and everyone else is bored as well. So if you bring a gaming system, people are gonna come to your room and just hang out, and you're gonna feel like you're at home. You're not gonna feel like you have nothing to do. The reason why I brought the PS2 is it's so small, and I don't have a PS3. Before you come, take a look at the power supply and see about the voltage, because if it's, I think all Xbox 360s at lower voltage. They go from 110 volt to 240, and you use it here with no problem. But only half the PS3s let you do that. The other half, for some stupid reason, if you plug it in the wall, it'll just fry. And that's happened to guys here. So make sure you take a look and do your research before you bring out your PS3 here. And games, Street Fighter 2, K1, basically any kind of 2-player game. I guess you could bring 1-player games as well for yourself, but it's more fun to have multiplayer games when people come over. Yeah, so that's it for this. In a second, let me show you what kind of clothes you should bring. Oh, the only thing else I didn't show you is Swiss Army knife and a deck of cards. Bam. Swiss Army knife comes in handy, you know, for tools and stuff. You always need a screwdriver, and for some reason playing cards are illegal in Thailand, so you can buy them, they're just hard to find, so might as well just bring a pair. Alright guys, so let me show you guys my closet and what clothes I actually brought. Kind of randomly, pink Himalayan sea salt. Why do I have this? It's this is a Bulletproof Executive, bulletproofexec.com, and he was saying that if you take a half teaspoon of salt right when you wake up, it relieves adrenal fatigue, which is awesome because when you're training 5 or 6 days a week, sometimes two times a day, your adrenal glands are just fucking depleted like crap. So every morning, first thing I do is I take some of this, and the reason why I use the pink Himalayan is just there's no toxins in it, and it actually tastes really good. So I actually kind of just fucking put some in my mouth and drink some water, or you can mix half a teaspoon with some water and drink it up. So highly recommend that. Let me show you my closet. You'll be surprised there's almost nothing in there because you don't need that much clothes here. So what do I have? I have one pair of jeans that I brought on the plane, one pair of shorts. I have a really thin jacket that's kind of waterproof because it rains out here. You don't have to have it, but it kind of comes in handy, especially if you're gonna ride a motorbike. This jumper, kind of like hoodie. This is what I wore on the plane. The plane, especially buses and trains, get super fucking cold because they think that Western people love AC on blast, even though it's freezing outside sometimes. So I always have that. And I basically brought fucking 3 t-shirts. These are the North Face like super quick dry shirts, which come in really handy because you're all sweating here. And just have 2 random t-shirts. You don't need to bring any t-shirts besides maybe 2 of these quick dry ones. You can buy in here for super cheap, and you're gonna want some cool Muay Thai shirts anyways. I did bring a couple of tank tops. You don't really, yeah, I mean, you should bring it. And a pair of swimming trunks. Stuff like this, you can get better quality back home, so you can bring it. Gloves, shin guards, things like that. Hand wraps, Muay Thai shorts. Don't bring any of this shit because you can buy it here for probably cheaper, and you can get authentic Fairtex ones instead of whatever you get at home. While I'm here, let me actually show you my place, because if you haven't noticed by now, this is my apartment. I just moved in this morning. I literally just arrived. You don't need to pre-book, especially if you don't mind being a little bit far from the gym. So this is my room. So basically, this is the walkway. You come in. I have a nice big, I think it's a queen size bed. Nice, they're firm, but I actually like it that way. You have a fan and a little desk area, closet. Mine has aircon. I don't sleep with the aircon on because it makes you sick, so I just use a fan. This is my closet that you saw earlier. And then I had this outside area. It's actually kind of cool because you can hang your clothes to dry. I'm probably gonna buy a little rack to dry it. Mine comes with a little mini fridge down here, and then you have a bathroom. What's all orange? So the bathroom's decent. It's normal Western bathroom, and I happen to have hot shower. This is a hot water heater, so they do it here. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it, but the gym, I'm at Casey Muay Thai in Chiang Mai, is literally just out my window. Alright, so a couple other tips and tricks. If you're gonna come out to do Muay Thai, don't come out for 2 weeks. You're not gonna fucking learn that much. You're not gonna fight. Your plane ticket is the most expensive part. Right? I know you guys have jobs to get back to and things like that, but figure it out and come out for at least a month. 3 months is actually the best. And if you're in between jobs, you just quit your job and you saved up, come out for 6 months. More than that, you actually get really homesick. So 5 or 6 months would be fucking ideal. 3 months is great as well, because in 3 months, the first month, you're basically getting in really good shape, getting the techniques down, and after that, you can actually start fighting. You can have some stadium fights, and the thing is, you know, why just have one fight? If you're already in shape and you don't get injured, you might as well fight every 2 or 3 weeks, you know, until you have to go home. So I recommend that. For gym wise, check my blog, myfightcamp.com. I don't recommend any gym specifically because they're all different. If it's your first time in Thailand and you only have a few weeks, go to Phuket, man. I mean, you know, it's nice. It's, you know, you have the beaches. You have these, you know, nice big gyms that are organized. But for me, you know, because I've been in Thailand so many times, you know, I'm kind of sick of the ocean, sick of the beaches, and Chiang Mai has been great. Bangkok's too busy. I don't really like Bangkok too much. But Chiang Mai everything's super cheap here. It's probably half the price for food and accommodation. This room I'm paying 4,500 baht a month, which is about $130 US, and that's inclusive of electricity, water, Wi-Fi, you know, basically everything. And if you don't want aircon, it's only 3,500 a month, which is like 110 bucks or something. The only reason why I got the aircon room is because it's on the second floor and you can see the gym. It's kind of stupid, but also they promised me a TV, which I'm gonna get tomorrow. Hopefully, so I can hook up my PS2. And that's about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on myfightcamp.com and I'll get back to you. Look through the archives. There's a little search bar. A lot of the stuff has been answered. If you're gonna ask me what's better, Phuket Top Team or Tiger Muay Thai, I don't have an answer. I like them both. It depends on what you want. If you're gonna ask me, you know, should I come to Chiang Mai? I would say come here if you have more than a few months. You can always go to multiple gyms. I mean, that's one thing that a lot of guys don't do, is they don't go to more than one gym. So, you know, check it out, man. This is your life. You're the customer, right? Enjoy. Okay, guys. One final thing. Make sure you use a fucking power strip. All right. These surge protectors, we use them back home all the time. You don't even need them back home. We don't have fucking surges. But here in Thailand, you get surges all day, every day. If you fucking unplug this shit, you'll see fucking sparks and shit, all right? So, go to any store here, any like Big C or any Tesco Lotus, and you can buy one for a couple bucks. Plug all your shit through a power surge, especially your laptops. All right, peace out. We're here today in Pacific Beach with Claire, the cricket.
I'm just gonna play.
What are we playing?
For the minute.
Minute to win it.
Minute to win it. First contestant.